Hi everyone, my name is Vint Cerf, an American computer scientist who is considered one of the founders of the Internet. I'm best known for inventing the TCP/IP protocol. TCP is one of the main protocols used on the Internet. Let me explain in an interview how TCP works.
Imagine that you have a book and you want to send it to your friend through a postal service that only delivers postcards. So what would you have to do? You'd have to tear the pages out of the book, probably have to cut them up, glue them on the postcard.
Okay, maybe the postcard thing isn't the best way to explain this, but just hear me out.
You send the postcard, you notice that not every page has a page number because you cut them up, and you know they could get out of order. So you number every postcard. Everything you know about postcards applies to internet packets.
Alright, I admit the postcard analogy probably wasn't the best example. But basically what TCP is a protocol that makes sure that data is put in the right order when it's transmitted, and that when it gets to its destination, none of it's missing. But how did all this start, and why am I considered a father of the internet? Well, first I got a bachelor's degree in mathematics from Stanford, which was really easy. That degree got me a job at IBM, which I eventually left to go to grad school at UCLA to get my master's and PhD in computer science. While at UCLA, I was working on a project called ARPANET, which was the predecessor to the internet of today. After being a professor at Stanford for a while, I became a manager of the United States Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, that was working on packet switching technology. Once the idea of the internet becoming a widespread network was put in motion, that's when I moved to a telecommunications company called MCI, where I helped invent the first commercial email system called MCI Mail that used the internet. Here's an example of how the IP protocol works to go to a website on the internet.
To go to a site, you type the name and hit enter, similar to the way you do now. After you hit enter, in milliseconds, the letters you type were translated into a series of numbers called Internet Protocol addresses. They're like street numbers, and they direct you to the website's physical location on the internet.
Eventually, I ended up taking a job at Google as a vice president and chief internet evangelist, where I make predictions about future technology and educate people about the internet and what is in store for it going forward. My contributions to the internet are far-reaching and could be talked about much more in depth, but it looks like we're out of time for today. I hope you enjoyed briefly learning about my life and how I contributed to the internet. Thanks.